He's never fought us. Not us united.
My favorite moment in the entire... Maybe I should complicate this before I start speaking here.
Welcome to Under Two Capes. I'm Jared, and I'm here with Nick from the Phoenix Press. What's up, brother?
Hello.
And I am also here with Jay Heat. What's up, dude?
What's up?
So today we are talking about... We have two topics. Today we're talking about characters who need more attention, and continuing our discussion from Comics League Dark, what would a DC merge with Marvel Universe look like? So we're going to start with characters that need more attention. So I asked the guys to come up with a list of 5 characters that need more attention.
I kind of did more than 5.
It's all good. At least 5. So I'm going to start with Nick, actually. So give us some characters that need more attention. And by need more attention, I mean characters that have been like ignored by DC, characters that could use a boost.
Okay. There is one Marvel character on here, but the rest are DC.
Yes,
so I'm just going to read off the list, and then I'm going to go into detail after that. First off is Huntress. Next is Roy Harper. Nightcrawler. I mean, it's a Marvel character, so you can kind of discard that.
That's
the,
fine.
The Question.
Mm-hmm.
Static Shock. Red Robin. Icon. And then this last one is cheating a little bit, but it's Legion of Superheroes, like literally the entire thing.
Of course. Well, that counts kind of. So I'll take that. That works. So in detail, what's up?
So Huntress is a really good character that I feel like she kind of gets drowned out, and like because like he's kind of part of the Bat family. So but I feel like she tends to get kind of ignored because like she doesn't really have her own kind of unique thing. Like she's a cool character, but there's not really anything about her story that kind of makes her stand out among the rest of the Bat family. So she tends to get kind of ignored. I feel like she's a really good character. Roy Harper. One thing I really like about his character is his subtitle is the recovering superhero. Because like his whole like recovering junkie, former addict. It kind of gives like him kind of like a Marvel kind of twinge to his character that I think is really cool.
He did lose. I hate to cut you off, Nick, but he did lose a lot of appeal after the Cry for Justice storyline, where they try to make him where he was essentially an asshole to everyone and essentially was made super edgy as Arsenal, and he hasn't really recovered from that.
Yeah, the last time that I remember reading him was when he was part of the Outlaws, and I really liked how they portrayed him as part of Red Hood and the Outlaws. I think that he was really cool there.
Oh, he was a foil for Jason. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, the whole trucker cap Archer look, you gotta admit, it was pretty cool.
It was cool.
It was really cool.
I'm gonna skip over Nightwing. I mean, not Nightcrawler.
That's obvious. That's obvious.
Nightcrawler, because he's Marvel, but like the Question, and I'm talking about the male version, not the Renee Montoya version.
Vic Sage, got it.
Yeah, I think he's a really great character. I think he definitely kind of fills that investigator role. Next is Static Shock, which I mean, I don't feel like I don't really need to go into stuff with that. I feel like Tim Drake in his Red Robin form tends to kind of get neglected. Again, I'm going to go back to the run that I always go back to, which is the
Batman Reborn.
Post Battle for the Cowl.
Okay.
The one where Tim was in Europe and he,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I really need to do a deep dive on that run.
Yeah.
Next one is one that I keep bringing up is Icon.
Of course.
It's like you want a black Superman. You got. I mean, there's no one more iconic than Icon. It's literally in his name.
Can we use clips on UTC?
What?
Can we use clips on UTC?
Yeah, we can. It's fine. What clip did you want me to use again?
Yeah, because he said you can't get more iconic. You know, the Joker clapping one.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. There you go.
Like it's like they always talk about we need a black Superman, like Icon. Icon, he's right there. He's owned by DC. Do an Icon movie. It's like
Well,
not that hard, people.
well, you would have to give the McDuffie estate a cut if you're going to use the milestone characters.
Then give him
Then
a
do
cut.
it.
Yeah.
Then do it. Everyone would want because when they announced the J.J. Abrams Black Superman movie, which I'm still convinced is not going to happen, the outcry was like, but you have Icon or you have Calvin Ellis, Val Zod, you have plenty of Black Superman. You don't have to race Ben Clark.
I honestly would love to see Michael B. Jordan play Icon. That would actually be really cool.
Yes,
I agree. He could do it.
So,
he could do it really well.
Actually, I take that back. My casting for Icon is I think Michael Jai White actually has a better build for Icon.
Yes,
he could pull it off. He could pull it off.
And then the last one is literally the entire Legion of Superheroes. I feel like they've been neglected all. Like the Legion literally goes back to like the 50s and the 60s. Like their run started in the late 60s and they've been going ever since. You know, they're one of those like superhero teams that kind of like always in the background. Mm-hmm. You know, and like this got its big fan base, but like Moon Knight. You know, Moon Knight's a character in Marvel. It's always kind of been there, and it's got its core fan base, but never really broke through. It's kind of the same thing with the Legion of Superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Good choices, Nick. Good choices.
And to bring up your honorable mention with Marvel, Nightcrawler costs a lot of makeup and CGI to do. The Foxverse made the best of that situation, but with a bit more modern CGI, you could make Nightcrawler work and give him more appeal.
Well, now they can because they have the Disney money.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't want to see a CG Nightcrawler because it would look bad.
It would look bad. X2 had the perfect idea with the dude in makeup.
Had the perfect blend.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Cummings did such a good job. I do want to say the guy from like Apocalypse and you know like I think he did a decent job as Nightcrawler. But yeah.
So let's go to my list. My list starts with Deathstroke because again he's a badass, but he doesn't get enough attention at all. No.
It was pretty solid with him.
Arrowverse is pretty solid, but in terms of comics, no, he does not get a lot of attention. Or at least the attention he is due. And then Black Canary, because she's a fantastic character. She's led the Justice League, but again, she just gets ignored a lot.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of parallels you can draw between Black Canary and Storm in terms of like how they're utilized. You know, where they're really strong characters, where they've led teams, and they're legitimately strong characters, not by adopting masculine traits, but they're still women. And they just kind of get ignored, kind of recently. I don't know.
Third is Cyborg, because the last time he got a comic book series was like Rebirth, I think, and that was like a short series. And there's so much potential you could do with that character, but DC just squanders it. The most attention he got as a character was the Snyder Cut, and that's well deserved.
And maybe Titans, but that was just a play-by-play by the Judas contract, just with Rose replacing Tara.
I mean, Cyborg literally got his own season in part of the Teen Titans run. I think it was season 3, where like the Brother Blood Cyborg storyline.
Wait, are we talking about the Titans comic, or are we talking about Teen Titans 03?
03.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Yeah, Cyborg definitely got his own season. You essentially had Robin's renegade persona from the 90s in season 1, Judas contract in season 2. I want to say...
Yeah, Judas contract season 2. Sorry, I was getting confused.
You good. And I want to say it was Technus Imperative for Cyborg, the exact storyline they're adapting, but I could be wrong. But Cyborg
season 4 was Terror of Trigon.
Terror of Trigon. And season 5 is kind of like the Brotherhood of Evil, though I can't piece together the exact storyline they used. But the Brotherhood of Evil were definitely the antagonists.
Yeah.
So Okay.
And I guess that's why they ended up getting Trouble in Tokyo, because they couldn't really come up with an specific storyline for Starfire in season 6. They just had a core outline that her and Robin would finally get together by the end, and you did have a lot of shipping or couple episodes to set them up getting together anyway. But you could,
I think the thing is, if you're gonna do a Starfire, literally the only story you could do would be Blackfire, and I think a lot of those.
He did that.
But also you'd have to go to Coriander's kind of stuff, and it's like, there's not much story you can do with her beyond like the royal intrigue.
because you had the political wedding episode, because the original comic, it was just supposed to be a political marriage, to save face and unite their people. But Nightwing didn't want to go through with it because he wanted Corey for himself.
I mean, can you blame him?
I don't blame him, but that's what happened.
Yeah, so number 4, Martian Manhunter, speaking of Snyder Cut, because again, great character that they don't do much with, and
we're now counting Supergirl.
We're not counting Supergirl. We're talking about comics, because it's like, when you look at Martian Manhunter, when you think about it, he's like the last of his kind. He's kind of like Superman, but you can do more with him. He's like a telepathic Superman is the way I always thought of Martian Manhunter. And you could really play around with that, particularly in this new DC. Watch him be the one who snaps John out of being son of Kal-El John.
On that note, Red Tornado, he's basically the Vision of the DC universe.
Yeah.
Red Tornado needs some love.
Then my last one is Darkseid, and what I mean by that is his own series that does his origin, because they've never really done a full-on New Gods Darkseid origin story.
They were gonna do a New Gods movie at one point.
I know, I wish they did, but yeah,
well, the problem is it was gonna be really bad, and they thankfully canceled it.
Yeah, I want a mini series, and they blamed on Zack Snyder. I want a mini series that's basically the origin for Darkseid, because I think that'd be really fun to do. So
yeah, because there's actually a lot of mythology.
But can you really do it?
What?
There's a lot of really good mythology with the Fourth World, Apocalypse, New Genesis.
Thank you, Jack Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But speaking of honorable mentions from Marvel, we each get one honorable mention on the Marvel side. Okay. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Because Nick got Nightcrawler. Yeah.
In terms of my Marvel, I would have to say probably screw it, Punisher, because the current political bent of Marvel isn't really using him properly. Thanks, Jason Aaron. And I want a classic Punisher series where he's just murking criminals.
Well, and I don't even know why that happened.
No, here's what. No, I'm going to explain to Jay what the problem is going on. So the problem is that so the Punisher skull is used a lot by military and police as we're kind of for example, Chris Kyle, American Sniper. He used it. It's kind of it comes kind of like a symbol and whatnot for cops and military, and Marvel got kind of their undies in a wad. I'm censoring myself. I would use more colorful language, but I'm on Jared's channel, so so basically they change his character, they change the symbol, and everything, just kind of as an FU to it. It's why in the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, Star-Lord is bi, because that's an insult to, because they don't like how Chris Pratt is Christian, so they that's why Star-Lord is going through all these weird changes.
Wait, didn't they do a massive virtual meeting campaign during COVID to ensure over the election, and Chris Pratt wouldn't go along with it or didn't show up?
What happened is that all the Marvel actors were doing a fundraiser for Biden, and Chris Pratt didn't show up.
Also note, there are actually a couple other Marvel actors that didn't show up as well, but they didn't get flack for it.
It's just because Chris Pratt is super Christian, arguably conservative, so they don't like him. That's why.
And apparently the church he goes to, the pastor is says bad things. It's okay that pastor is bad, but the pastor is not the church, and just because he goes to a church where the leader, I don't know, they're trying to.
He straight up also did an interview saying that he's not a fan of organized religion. Which, okay, fine. But so Jay Heat, what's your list?
Okay, my Marvel honorable mention, I would have to say the X-Men in general, because after the whole
Yes.
Krakoa, Hickman,
that is a meme on this channel. I'm officially declaring
It's
it a
gonna
channel
be
meme.
that, yeah.
but yeah, it's just Hickman
Every
had a,
time someone says Krakoa, take a shot.
Jay Heat was talking.
Sorry.
indeed, Nick, I will do that. But yeah, but it's just the whole Hickman had a solid run, but then editorial wanted to create this whole. I don't even see the purpose of Krakoa at this point. Kind of like because you already had Magneto's Paradise Island, so all you really did was just rip off the Brotherhood of Evil by merging the X-Men, who were supposed to oppose Magneto for being an extremist against humanity, and then merge them together in the same home.
And by the way, they did the whole X-Men on an island thing already when they were on an island in California.
I will say, I know in the 2000s they kind of started to have Cyclops kind of adopt more like extremist views, kind of be more like Magneto. I thought that was fine. I thought that was fine. Like I think, like kind of having him drift that way, him as that character alone. Like okay, that's interesting. That's interesting for his character, you know.
Yeah.
True.
But then Cyclops gone off the deep end. I think this was around the time of his where he was manipulated by Emma Frost into a psychic affair. Cyclops has gone through a lot. He's a bit of a dick, but he's gone through a lot.
Also,
Yeah.
The other thing about Cyclops is he's always been forced into these make these really hard choices, and he gets crap for it no matter what he does. So it's like you can't blame him for kind of being a bit of a dick.
Yeah, I know. But fun fact, that run where he had the psychic affair with Emma Frost, that was drawn by Ethan Van Sciver. I have that trade, so yes.
I bet he had a lot of fun drawing that.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the story about how he hid the word sex on every page? And then leaked it to a comic book news site as an FU to his editors.
That's some Lion King level stuff.
That's some Game of Thrones stuff, and the editors got fired.
I mean, okay.
You know, now that Marvel is owned by Disney, and Disney did the Lion King and their infamous, you know what I'm talking about. The pedals spelled. It's supposedly they say it's supposed to sell SFX, special effects, but we all know what's up.
No, we all know. Yeah. We know.
It's like the
guy said it all.
When they had like the castle and then a few of the towers look like penises.
Oh, even better. If you look at some of the early cuts of Little Mermaid, at the wedding scene, the priest has a visible
yeah.
But yeah, the Little Mermaid, it's very obviously let's just say Disney gets shafted.
Roll the clip.
Yeah, I gotta, because that is interesting. Where is it? I never had the clip unavailable when I needed it. Actually, one more.
Oh, Moses, smell the roses.
Okay, back to my list. Okay, number 5 would definitely be Static Shock. Because again, these milestone characters are solid. It's just Warner Brothers, WBD doesn't want to give the McDuffie estate a cut every time they use them.
Mm-hmm. I thought they owned them outright. I thought they bought them.
I thought they owned them outright. Yeah,
they bought them like in the 2000s.
They did, but they haven't used them in any real media outside of the DCAU. So the IP licensure lapsed. So they had to renegotiate it.
I don't think it was a license. I think it was like they just bought it outright. Because remember, DC is doing the Milestone Comics initiative. Like they've actually brought back Milestone Comics. So they own and plus Static Shock did get a series at the start of New 52.
Okay.
True.
Okay. Okay.
And Static was in Young Justice.
Yes.
That is true. Okay.
And Rocket also was heavily featured in was heavily featured in the reason. So they have been using the Milestone characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Nick. But
I think Rocket was actually on season 4. So like
she was one of the main characters, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, exactly.
She definitely got her own. She got her own arc. Even though you could argue in story she had no reason to be there other than her conflict with Orion being a norm versus autism allegory. But you could argue in terms of the main conflict, Rocket didn't need to be there, and the story would work all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Rocket, and I think she's a really good Rocket is all. I'm gonna add her as an honorable mention for characters that need more love.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay, Static Shock, definitely Icon, especially if you're going to factor the Black Superman argument. So definitely Icon. Black Canary would be my number 3 because the Arrowverse essentially split her character into 2. I don't know if it was specifically for virtue signaling or because they thought the actress for Laurel Lance they really wanted to make her stand on her own rather than just being Green Arrow's current / former love interest.
I'm sure it's both.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both.
Here's my problem with the Black Canary situation. The actress for Laurel is not a very good actress,
No, she's
while the
not.
actress for I'm sorry, but the actress for Sarah was so good, and her and Steve Stephen Amell had such good chemistry.
Season 2, baby.
Yep.
It's every time they're on screen, they just work so well together.
Again, that's why I always say season 2 of Arrow is the most comic accurate season because you had Green Arrow with that version of Black Canary. You had him fighting Deathstroke, and also, even though he was Australian Army, very comic accurate version of Deathstroke.
But then they kill her off and then replace her with a doppelganger with the same actress.
Yeah. Basically, what it was is they killed her off. And then they replaced her with Black Siren, which is it's multiverse. And this one actually had the Sonic Scream. And then there's Laurel's back, but it's actually Black Siren masquerading as her. That was a whole thing. But yeah, the actress, nothing against her personally, but he really played Laurel as kind of a female dog. And just whiny and just very unlikable.
She did improve in Legends, though, but that's because she was taken down a peg in the early seasons. But she did improve in Legends.
I think when I did kind of like her towards the end of season 2 of Flash when she was Black Siren, one of Zoom's, when she was playing a straight out villain. I actually thought she was actually kind of interesting.
And by to be clear, we're talking about Laurel and not Sarah. Sarah was the one on Legends.
Okay.
Yeah, Laurel as Black Siren, as the villainess, actually thought she was kind of interesting. But as a hero, she doesn't play hero very well. Villain, Whereas Sarah is, there's a reason why they literally gave her own show.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Jay? Who else you got?
All right, number 2 would definitely be John Constantine, because although Matt Ryan will be the definitive Constantine, you got to use your magic heroes more. Constantine and Zatanna. So you got to use your magic heroes more.
Alexander Daddario or Ana de Armas as Zatanna.
Yep, I'm cool with that.
Definitely.
Either of those would be fine.
And my number 1, Connor Kent Superboy. You can give him a different code name. You can call him Scion. You could even have him be standing Superman while Clark's off world. I don't care. There was no reason for the age up and try to force John into that role outside of some carryovers they set up from 5G. There was no reason for that.
I actually like the fact that he doesn't have the full Superman power set. He doesn't. I actually think that actually makes his character a little more interesting.
Yes.
Plus, remember, he got a lot of attention in Young Justice and a lot of really good attention, too.
Yes.
Also, he's in Titans.
Though Titans is actually, they're trying to use Connor Luthor from Teen Titans 03, the Jeff Johns run, not the Teen Titans 03 animated series.
True. Which
So,
is
and I
interesting. Which I like. I like how the actor plays off of that. That's so good.
Yeah, he could pull it off. But there's a reason that run was, at least that characterization was infamous.
Yeah, the 2000s Teen Titans was actually pretty good.
It was. So on that note, that's the end of this topic. We got one more. Drop in the comments, by the way, what characters you guys think need more attention. And I know Tavia is going to say the 10-year-old John Kent, but all right, that's your prerogative. But moving on. So last Comics League Dark, we were talking about a merge universe with like Bruce Wayne constantly playing pranks on Tony Stark because that would be hilarious. But we're gonna continue that discussion for a little bit in terms of like if DC and Marvel merge their universes, what that would look like. So, Jay Heat, you want to start off?
Okay, we've already established that Tony and Bruce would pretty much hate each other.
Yes.
More so a battle of egos than anything. But I want to establish this rivalry because a lot of it is more than just being philanthropists and CEOs of their respective companies. This would be more of a frenemy situation.
Hang on.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Taladia plays.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? So we're talking about if DC merged with Marvel, what that would look like. We've already established that Iron Man and Batman would hate each other.
Well, we know that Superman and Captain America would get along with each other.
Oh yeah, of course they would. They'd be talking about isn't justice great?
Yeah, that's what they would be talking about.
And I would argue Clark would actually be a good confidant for Steve when he first gets out the ice, adapting to the modern world and still trying to help him maintain his virtues.
Yeah, I would say so. But yeah, so it's once again that's one of those things that we've established. We've established that everyone would dunk on Namor because he's Namor.
Also, I just want to see the comic where Constantine bursts into the Sanctum Sanctorum and he's like, Doctor Strange, I need some buzz. Okay, why is Constantine Russian? I don't know.
You butchered that.
I need some vodka.
I really did.
I need some vodka.
I could just see like Constantine just trying to nick all the artifacts. He's like, nope. Put that back.
The cape is swatting his hand away.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, Strange. I know you got the good stuff.
No, it'd be like cape flapping.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and I can see Constantine easily going over trying to steal all of Stephen Strange good booze, and then the cape trying to strangle him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the cape just doesn't like Constantine.
No. He brings Zatanna with him as a distraction.
Of course he would.
Right.
But,
And you know the worst part is?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange would fall for it.
He so would. By the way, it's a lot of you real quick. What are 5 DC characters that you think need more attention?
You can get one honorable mention from Marvel.
Okay, so first 5 I would say is the Phantom Stranger.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Second one is the what's it? The one who travels, Adam Strange.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing
like
the
him.
deep cuts.
Yeah, I'm doing the deep cuts, baby. Yes. I'd also say even the Blue Lantern.
Saint
I forget
Walker?
his name, but yeah, Walker. John
Saint
Walker. Saint
Saint
Walker.
Walker.
Saint Walker, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because we gotta put a little bit of lanterns in there. I would also even put the Orange Lantern.
Large fleas. My mind.
Yeah, he doesn't get enough love.
Mine! You can't touch my precious shiny! Mine!
Thank you, Gollum.
I got one. What if Bullseye and Deadshot meet each other?
Oh boy, I gotta give that to Deadshot probably.
Yeah, I think Deadshot would just get fed up and just off Bullseye like.
No, because here's the thing though, Bullseye, because Deadshot could take out Bullseye before Bullseye even sees Deadshot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would just depend on who gets the edge on who.
Yeah. So, my third, I've done 3 so far, haven't I?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, so 2 more I would also put somebody that hasn't been mentioned a lot in the comics, but was there. And I would have to say Prometheus.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because he's rarely been, properly done well. Like,
because he took out the entire Justice League in Grant Morrison's run. So
yeah.
One of the few things good about Cry for Justice, Prometheus established himself as a solid villain. So I'll give him that.
And then they completely ruined him in Arrow.
Yeah.
I would also say Malcolm Merler.
Ooh, that's a deep cut, but I like that.
Yeah.
Not a deep cut because he was in Arrow.
Well, for a couple of seasons, but he wasn't exactly one of the main villains.
Mm.
Well,
I mean, he
wasn't
was one of the main villains, and he kind of showed up periodically through the rest of the series.
But you
True.
got to. Oh, I hate to cut the lady off, but we got to establish this. We need an actual definitive comics accurate Green Arrow, because all Green Arrow was in the Arrowverse was just a
Batman.
stand-in for Batman during the Bat embargo, which I understand. And Fox got around it with using Jim Gordon with a Gotham Year One type thing. So if Fox of all people was able to get around it, you could make it work.
I mean, Justice League did a really good job with Green Arrow.
I would
Yeah, the
also
cartoon.
say
Mhm.
like a Marvel character you guys want me to say.
Very
I
good.
would have to say it's not well known. I would have to say what's it called? Bucky Barnes.
Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
they could use more of that because Marvel should use more of their spy characters for like their stuff. I mean,
they are doing Secret Invasion, which is very heavily a part of the spy part of Marvel.
yeah, the MCU version of it seems more like small scale, at least from what I can see, than it was in the comics. Because Secret Invasion was like a massive thing in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about it in the MCU is they've already established the Skrull as friends, whereas in the comics they're more antagonists.
But in the comics, they did fight a more radical sect of the Skrulls, though.
Which is what I think they're probably going to do with
the Kree.
this one.
The
Yeah,
Kree.
the same.
They're going to switch him.
So, going back to DC merge with Marvel. So, by the way, great choices, Taladia. You got more deep cuts than we did, but
you did say unknown characters. You didn't. You said Pacific. You weren't like, oh.
Well, mine were Deathstroke, Black Canary, Cyborg, Martian Manhunter, and Darkseid. For characters that need their own series, and these guys picked a bunch of milestone characters and a few Batman characters.
So we're talking about wait, I want to see Clarion as a Doctor Strange villain.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. And Doctor Strange immediately picks up that all you gotta do is take out the cat, but he won't do it because he won't harm cats.
Or he just doesn't want to beat up a kid right away. He would get fed up and just take out the cat because he's not going to go out of his way to beat the crap out of a kid. Constantine would do it because he doesn't care.
Or he goes, Frank. He calls him the Punisher because the Punisher will do it.
Depends how much Clarion annoys him.
Because let's be honest, the Punisher is the character the Marvel characters call in to do the stuff that they won't do.
Mm-hmm.
But where was I? Oh yeah, it would be to establish this rivalry. Think of a corporate business type, basically Professor X and Magneto, where they were decent friends in their early years, somewhat rivals when they gone rivals, but then they had a wedge. The only difference is the wedge between Bruce and Tony would be a lot more petty outside of their secret identities.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
And the cleanest way I could say it, essentially, right around the time Bruce left Gotham to begin his training to become Batman, he had a fling with Pepper Potts. And she had his kid.
I've got an interesting scenario.
What?
Norman Osborn and Lex Luthor.
Oh, that was so team up.
But no, they were team up countless times.
Going off of what you said, we retcon it. So unknowingly, everyone that Tony Stark has had a fling with, like the girl he's currently engaged to, has had a fling with Batman.
At some point.
At some point. We just make it like that. That would be hilarious.
But for all you shippers out there, for all you hardcore fans, I would say in this merged universe, Bruce would still be with Selena in the end, but he would have you would have Damien by Talia al Ghul, Helena Wayne with Selena, Bruce and Pepper. I don't want to actually give this one a name. I would just go similar to Son of the Demon, where Pepper ultimately gives the kid up for adoption. Because
so we're doing Marvel DC pairings. Okay.
But still,
obviously, in that case, Superman is paired with Power Princess.
Dude. Okay, I'm going to institute a rule for this one. Squadron Supreme is off limits.
All right, all
Thank
right,
you.
all
Thank
right,
you.
all right.
Okay, yeah, fine. That's fair enough.
Because otherwise, he just indulged all of his perverted
Fantastic.
fantasies.
But
Perverted. Wait. You're the one that wants Wonder Bat.
how is that? Oh,
It's perverted.
no. Bat's test is perverted.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, what Jared said is right.
But where was I? Okay, but basically a lot of it is just ego based and like dude, you're talking about something that happened 15 years ago.
Okay.
And give it
And Taladia, we had the
Batgirl
idea.
with Matt Murdock.
Yes, we had the idea where you know how in like Batman Begins, Batman buys the hotel. We have it where he and Tony get into a one-upping contest with buying stuff.
Oh,
like,
I was talking about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Nick, you do it. This is so good.
I am now buying this hotel. I am buying the company that owns the hotel. I'm buying the holding company. I'm buying the hedge fund that owns the holding company.
They just keep going back and forth because
I'm paying off the tropical government where the holding company is to give me control of the entire island.
And I'm putting a big W on the roof. It's always going to be. And we had this idea where Batman would buy Stark Industries
because he's sick of Tony's shit
and buy the Iron Man name and like IP pretty much, so that way he owns Iron Man.
Interesting.
You know Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is that petty that he would do that just to mess with Tony
when he really wants to.
Okay, that's interesting.
And again, if this were a movie, I want it to be Ben Affleck versus Robert Downey Jr. That would be hilarious.
Oh, they'd beat the living crap out of each other.
Oh, well, I think Batfleck could take out Iron Man on any day with one hand tied behind its back because he's Batfleck and he beats Superman.
Of course, Batfleck wins. Game over.
He's Bat God.
Oh, don't get it twisted. Robert Downey Jr. That version of Iron Man would get some hits in. He would get some hits in.
He would get some hits in, but he wouldn't win that fight.
Okay, which version of Iron Man are we doing? Because are we doing Infinity War version? Because that one's like that nanosuit's pretty powerful.
Okay, let's say for the sake of full establishment, all the spilled tea and pretty much the whole feud reaches its breaking point where they actually Civil War, Infinity War, somewhere around there, where the tensions between heroes are really high.
Mm-hmm.
Justice League versus the Avengers. I wonder who's going to win.
Oh,
that's the Civil War book we need, baby. But Taladia, do you agree with me that if the Justice League versus the Avengers, it would be Justice League pretty easily, as a matter of fact?
It would be Justice League would beat the Avengers. That's the game. Because you have because you got two reasons why.
Superman.
First reason is you got the most powerful man in the whole universe that will literally is invincible.
And the most powerful woman in the entire universe, with Wonder Woman, they have like 4 or 5 gods.
No. I know where you're going with that.
Okay, here's the thing.
Let Taladia finish. She was talking first.
I was gonna say no. You're not going there, Jared, with that whole Wonder Woman, Superman.
No, I wasn't doing that. I was just saying you have Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash.
No, I would put though. Here's what I would put: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman,
okay,
Green Lantern,
okay,
and Flash.
Yeah.
That's what I would use for.
Here's the thing about on the Avengers. There's only really 2 characters who aren't one-hit KOs. There's Thor and the Hulk. And all the other characters are literally one-hit KOs are from the rest of the Justice League.
And what's kind of funny is that the other the current Avengers roster doesn't have the Hulk on it or Thor.
Well, then at that point, that the Flash can solo the entire.
The Flash can solo the entire universe alone. So I'm like, any one of the Justice League members could take out the Avengers easily.
I would say if it's like any other character, like Wonder Woman, if it's Wonder Woman versus the entire Avengers, because it's like multiple characters who are powerful in their own right, Wonder Woman might lose. But Flash could.
No, but once
solo.
again, dude, if we're going by current comic lineup, Thor and Hulk aren't on the team, so you could again, she would just solo them.
I'm not quite sure.
It'd be
Because
close.
just 'cause of
It'd be
just
close.
because of numbers advantage, and they might.
Okay.
Let's agree it would be medium difficulty. Let's agree on that.
Medium difficult. It's not like Superman fighting the current lineup of the Avengers, because at that point, it's on like the recruit difficulty for Call of Duty.
I mean, Superman can literally solo the Justice League, so
yeah, that's true. Batman could solo the League, and hell, he's
Okay,
done
how
it.
would the League handle the
No. Here's the difference. Batman solos the League through subterfuge over time. Superman can literally solo the entire Justice League when they're
In real
literally
time.
are all fighting him at once. That's the difference we're talking about.
And there's one more character could solo the entire League. You ready? The Flash.
We
Pretty
already
much.
established that.
And there you go. He would throw these people in the Speed Force and be done with it. Okay, done. Let's go
Put them back.
get
Put
some
them,
burritos.
they'll put them back in the past.
Yeah,
Flash,
exactly.
Yeah.
Flash can't beat Superman though.
Yeah, I that's the only one where I'm like, yeah, probably can. But in terms of the Avengers roster, no, the Flash could destroy everyone.
Also,
I would
Wonder
argue-
Woman. Well, while Wonder Woman, she might be able to get a lucky shot in. Basically, like, oh, he's coming from this angle, so I'm gonna angle my shield here because I know I can. She might be able to like anticipate him coming from whatever.
But go after that, Nick, because if you look at the current Avengers roster, I still think Wonder Woman could win. Not easily, but win, because it's like Black Panther, She-Hulk, of the current ones I know of. It's like
Let's
Doctor
look at
Strange.
the.
I'm not talking about the movie Avengers. And by the way, the movie Avengers, too. It's like the current movie Avengers roster that they're trying to make up. Yeah, Wonder Woman could destroy all of them.
Yeah,
So the current Avengers lineup is Wong, Shang-Chi,
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange, Captain America, War Machine, Ironheart, Spider-Man, She-Hulk.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I think
I'm
Wonder
sorry.
Woman.
Wonder Woman's a goner because you're discounting Spider-Man is probably about the same level of strength as Wonder Woman. She-Hulk probably as
slightly
well.
weaker, but I get your point. Slightly weaker.
But they're not too far.
Not too far off. Yes.
Doctor Strange, insanely powerful magic. We can't. He's literally the
She's
Sorcerer's
fought
Supreme.
insanely powerful magic people before, though.
But Doctor Strange is very unorthodox, so she wouldn't be able to.
But these aren't one-on-one battles. This is literally the entire Avengers versus Wonder Woman. Like you have people like literally Spider-Man, She-Hulk, combat and strength can go about on par with Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. I want to bring this up, right? Because I think this is a really good discussion.
I think that current Avengers lineup could beat Wonder Woman without much trouble. If it's all of them,
not without much trouble. Because let's look at Wonder Woman's powers. She has a version of super speed, so she could turn it and fly it straight. Wait, Nick, I'm not done yet. She could turn it into a one-on-one battle, but by just super speed, grabbing someone, just taking them away.
But she's not flash speed. She's not
flash speed, but neither of those people. These people are moving in normal speed.
But Spider-Man has I'm sorry, but like a really skilled Peter Parker might have a chance against Wonder Woman.
Yes, an experienced and established Peter would have.
You also have to take on to it that.
But Spider Sense it would be because Wonder Woman would have a very hard time landing a hit on Peter because Spider Sense and he's really agile and you forget like the webbing.
He would have to go all out from the start. He can't. He doesn't have time to banter or play around.
The problem with that is that yes, Spider-Man has Spider Sense, but he's taken a lot of hits despite being warned by the Spider Sense. It's not perfect, and Wonder Woman moving fast enough, which she can, would overwhelm the Spider Sense.
Again,
Wonder Woman
that's happened before.
The Spider Sense borders on precognition.
Yeah, she's fought people who border on precognition, but
here's the thing. Here's the thing. like you have all these this is a 5v1, and this is stacked with people who individually could give Wonder Woman a run for their money. She-Hulk could give Wonder Woman a run for the money.
No.
Spider-Man. Yeah,
No.
She-Hulk is strong.
No, but she's not Hulk strong. The Hulk I could see giving Wonder Woman trouble, but not
I mean,
She-Hulk.
the Hulk
Please
could
don't-
literally
please
rip
don't-
Wonder Woman half that much trouble, but She-Hulk is at least Wonder
No.
Woman level. Strength.
No,
No.
she's not. If you read the comics, she is not Wonder Woman strength. Go ahead, Taladia.
Now, if
Please
we're
don't
talking
men-
about
two
raging
things.
Taladia
She-Hulk,
was talking.
Two things, right? Firstly, do not mention She-Hulk because I got scars from that show.
Rumor is it's been canceled.
thank you,
Yes,
God.
And by the way,
here's my argument.
wait, Nick.
And
Two things.
this-
Number one, Taladia was talking, and number two, because you mentioned She-Hulk.
Why did you say that, Nick?
There you go. So go,
yeah.
Taladia.
And the second thing is, imagine if anime got involved in this discussion, right?
Who?
Anime characters like Dragon Ball Z characters.
I mean, well, okay. We're not going to put two.
That's another one because that's an episode in and of itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would love to do an
Death Battle
episode.
literally did 2 episodes about Goku versus Superman. Goku won both times.
But so going back to Wonder Woman is because here's the thing. I've read Wonder Woman where she has fought multiple like really powerful people at the same time, and she hasn't annihilated them. In other words, she's taken hits and it's been a tough fight, but she has always wound up on top.
But Spider-Man has also fought really powerful people, and Doctor Strange has literally fought people, way beyond anything one like.
It would be medium difficulty for Wonder Woman and high difficulty for Peter, depending on whether he goes all out from the start.
But I'm talking about this entire lineup of the Avengers. I'd say it's moderately easy for them to take down.
No. It's nowhere near easy for them to take on a god tier character like Wonder Woman, dude.
Can we just agree that it would be
I
mild to
literally-
medium difficulty?
I literally just told you because Doctor Strange is a god tier character. He is literally the Sorcerer Supreme. Okay.
Yes.
Shang-Chi is a god tier character. The 10 Rings, and he's also if it's a one-on-one martial arts sparring match against Wonder Woman and Shang-Chi would win. And if you say otherwise, you are lying.
No, because all Wonder Woman has to do, because we're assuming Wonder Woman doesn't hold back. She punches Shang-Chi in the face, his head falls off.
The power of the 10 rings. Don't underestimate the power of the 10
I'm
rings.
just saying you land one punch with Wonder Woman because she.
Dude, you're way too biased on this one.
No, I'm just saying I read Wonder Woman comics and she has beaten these types of characters.
I read
before.
Spider-Man. I read Avengers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if we're talking about Wonder Woman has faced and overcome these odds. I'm not saying it would be easy.
Spider-Man has overcome the odds. It's Doctor Strange has faced and overcome these odds. Shang-Chi has overcome these odds.
Okay, let's just compromise and say it would be medium to high difficulty.
Medium
on both
to
sides.
high, I'm willing to, but not nowhere. It would not be easy for any of the Avengers. I got news for you. That wouldn't happen because you're dealing with someone that's as fast and arguably as strong as Superman, but
not as fast. She's not
Depends
as fast
on the
as
story.
Superman.
Depends on the story.
Depends on the story, actually, because she has demonstrated her speed, and Death Battle itself demonstrated it.
Because Superman is near Flash levels of speed, and Wonder Woman is not Flash level speed.
She's not, but in terms of raw power, she's relative to him. In terms of raw power and strength,
according to Death Battle, she's close. So she's close enough where I think at some point she would overcome, because there have been characters that have overcome the spider sense or have struck before the spider sense even has a chance to go off.
But Jared, you also understand that's in terms of pure strength. You have Doctor Strange, who's a very powerful magic user and very unorthodox compared to most. Then you have the mystical artifact that is the power of the 10 rings. Then you have Spider-Man, whose precognition and reaction time is almost instant, not instantaneous, but very close to it. It would be
also, She-Hulk can take a hit from Wonder Woman and survive.
No, I'm not saying
I'm not saying She-Hulk could beat Wonder Woman, but if it's a one-on-one sparring match, She-Hulk would probably last about 30 minutes. Like he could actually like
Hold
not
her
beat
own.
her, but hold her own.
She can withstand that. I'm not saying you said that She-Hulk could not withstand a fight with Wonder Woman. She could.
And Spider-Man
I'm just
is even
saying.
stronger than She-Hulk.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying She-Hulk could not beat Wonder Woman. I got news that ain't
No,
happening.
but she can hold her own. But
She
what
can
I'm
hold her
saying
own.
is, you have all of these characters that individually
Could hold their own.
hold their own.
At
All
least
five
hold
of
their
them. I mean, we have all 5 of them versus one character, and Doctor Strange alone is arguably, you could maybe
The wild
even say
card.
He's probably more powerful than Diana, because
Slightly.
because Doctor Strange literally is like a multiversal level threat. You know, he's
But
a
we're-
sorcerer. He's equivalent to, like, I'd say he's even more powerful than Doctor Fate, though Doctor Fate is probably the source supreme of his universe.
But the thing about it is that, yes, Spider-Man has his spider sense, but I'm just saying, I'm currently reading a thing where he gets his ass kicked by human characters. So I'm just like, yeah, that spider sense thing is not infallible. It wouldn't really last that long. And we're doing it for like.
But you're using 1 or 2 times that it's been infallible as proof that, like, it's useless.
No, I'm not saying it's useless, Nick.
No,
I'm just saying
you're using it.
No, I'm
as-
not.
Let him
I'm not
finish,
saying
Jared.
that.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
You're basically saying, oh, there's 1 or 2 times where his spider sense failed, so thus it would be completely useless against Diana. No,
I
that's
never
not
said
how it
completely
works.
useless. I never
That's
said
what
that.
you're
You're
trying to
putting words
infer.
in my
Jared, let
mouth.
him finish. Jared, let him finish, and you can have your rebuttal.
That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to say, because it didn't work 1 or 2 times, so my point is more stronger because Wonder Woman would overpower it, guaranteed. You're using 1 or 2 times where it's been overpowered as proof that, like, you guarantee. There's no guarantee that Wonder Woman would overpower it. There's no guarantee.
Okay, number one, I wasn't saying that. What I was saying was because, hang on, let me see. I got 10 minutes on it. Okay, all I was saying was that, okay, I've seen times when a lot of, it's not just 1 or 2 examples, Nick. It's like
And there's times
many
where
times
Wonder
in
Woman,
ones.
there's time where Wonder Woman has been overpowered. Literally, one of her weaknesses is being tied up. What if Spider-Man?
But it's not that anymore. Well, to be being tied up by her own lasso.
Well,
that's the difference.
We're pulling from all.
Wasn't that a Golden Age
okay?
weakness or Silver Age?
We're not pulling from all continuity, Nick. We're pulling from the modern continuity. That's why I went with the modern Avengers roster. Because if we're pulling from modern things, all you have to do was touch her bracelets together and she loses her powers. We're not doing that.
Well, okay, then Spider-Man basically webs her up and the bracelets touch. Bam.
No. I said we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You're picking and choosing what continuity.
No, I'm
you wanna
saying the
allow.
modern continuity. That's why I picked that specific Avengers roster, because I'm like, let's just pick the modern one, because I could find a Wonder Woman one in any in past things that were powerful enough to beat Spider-Man, but I just
and I can find events in Spider-Man comics that literally show that he's beaten people way more powerful than Wonder Woman.
Now, Black Suit Spider-Man, if Parker had given into the symbiote, yeah, he could beat Wonder Woman.
Black Suit, yes. Black Suit, I will concede, yes. And by the way, Taladia, what do you think of this whole debate we're having right now?
Also, it should
Where do
be
you stand
noted,
on that?
Spider-Man like literally pulls his punches the same way Superman does.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying that. But Taladia, what do you think? Who would win in a fight between Wonder Woman and Spider-Man first? Let's go with that.
Wonder Woman.
My man.
Because 2 reasons, Nick. Sorry to disagree with you there, Nick. But the thing is, Wonder Woman is an Amazon. She has experience in battle, right?
You don't think, like, okay? Let's say it's a superior Spider-Man where it's
Let
like
him
Doc
finish.
Ock and Spider. Okay,
Let him finish.
And the second thing is that Wonder Woman knows, like, she's fast as Superman,
She is.
and as she has got the brain as Batman.
but the problem is Spider-Man has a very evasion-based fighting style.
Well, yeah, but you also have to understand that Wonder Woman was trained by Ares, the god of war. So that's what Taladia is getting to.
Here's my rebuttal. Here's my rebuttal.
But also, Spider-Man is a highly let's say it's the superior Spider-Man.
No,
version.
we're going with the
Repeat it.
Spider-Man that's
Let's
on the
keep going.
Avengers.
We're obviously you're saying you are obviously pulling from whatever continuity you want, so I'm doing the same.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Jared,
That's the modern one.
Jared, give him a fair counter. Give him a fair counter.
You're basically saying this, and you are obviously pulling from different variation of modern continuity, so I am doing the same.
Okay,
Modern
that's a fair rebuttal. That's a fair rebuttal.
But the current version of Wonder Woman right now, like I'm using the current version of the Avengers, she was trained by Ares, the god of war. That's
one-on-one, she would win, while they could hold their own.
But you're also bringing up examples of stuff that's not modern.
When did I do that?
Literally earlier.
Name one.
The lasso weakness, the bracelet.
No. I was just saying. I was just saying the bracelet. I'm just saying. I was using the bracelet thing as an example of why I'm only going with the modern ones, because if I went with that, all these characters have stupid examples. It's like if I did Green Lantern, all Spider-Man would have to do is wear a yellow suit.
So before I go,
okay, it's all good.
Because I gotta go for the podcast.
Yeah,
Guys, to end this debate once and for all, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we just compromise it all and just say they're both good? Facts, okay? And we'll end it on that note. And I'm out here, guys. So make sure you guys do leave a like, subscribe to the to Jared's YouTube page, and make sure you do follow him and all the stuff that he does.
And all the links to their channels are gonna be in the description of this episode. So go ahead and subscribe to all these fine gentlemen.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, see you, dude. Have a good one. But let me put it this way, because all I was saying with the cross bracelets, I wasn't saying use that version.
Let's just move on.
Let me finish, though.
I'm finished. So
can I complete my thought, though? Just let me finish this one thought.
You're welcome to talk, but I'm not going to respond.
Okay, it's fine. All I was saying was I was just using that as an example of why I'm not using past continuities. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. So, so in terms of like, I could see Wonder Woman though having a fun interaction with actually Tony Stark, because watch Tony Stark try and try and pick up Wonder Woman. She goes, okay. Because she would, because it's like I remember once in Justice League versus Suicide Squad, she was Captain Boomerang was trying to pick up Wonder Woman. She goes, "Yeah, you're not even a man." Yeah.
Okay, can we get back to the original topic, please?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up in a second, by the way, because it's like we're at 56 minutes, and I got stuff I got to do.
But let's agree that in a 5v1, it would be medium to high difficulty.
We're dropping this right now. We're dropping this. But anyway,
okay.
So back to the original topic. All right. So let's see. Honestly, I could see this world being more of like Batman versus Tony Stark. That's where I think it would just be. And it would be probably like a short 2-year thing. And then they would just return to being their separate universe. In other words, if let's say Marvel bought DC Comics, I think it would just be like they would essentially just keep them as their own two separate worlds.
Okay. Yeah. Separate universes.
And then occasionally cross them over, because at that point there's no obstacles to crossing them over. And then maybe occasionally like they could do an Elseworlds crossover and stuff, but I don't think they would just merge the two worlds.
But Civil War would be very different, because you have it would be essentially Marvel's version of Cadmus.
True, but yeah, Civil War, but Marvel and DC in the same universe, that would be awesome.
Because at that point you're selling out to the government, and Tony is compelled by Survivor's Guild and remorse, probably for the first time in his adult life, and Bruce just completely calls Tony out in his crap.
And yeah, Bruce, because I don't think Batman would side with the government in the Civil War like scenario. No.
No.
Because my problem with Civil War is that, Tony, you don't trust Captain America to make the right decision. What are you doing?
he would definitely call Tony out on his ego, his bad decisions, his path of atonement. Like Tony was a pretty prior to becoming Iron Man and his redemption journey.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to sell out to the government the moment you feel an ounce of survivor's guilt.
Yeah, that's my one problem with that storyline. It's like it's also go back to what I said. The rest of the Marvel universe take their cues from Captain America. I'm pretty sure if Cap thinks something's a bad idea, it's a bad idea. You should have picked a different character to be like the pro-government side. That's really where I think Civil War went wrong, because it's still with Tony Stark. But anyway, I think that it would be very interesting. It would be a very interesting version of Civil War if they just went with Marvel versus DC.
I'd agree.
Particularly, it's like if you see like all of the Marvel, it's like the pro-registration heroes have to go to like the rogues of like the Justice League in order to get the powers to take them down.
Yep.
So
I'd agree.
Because here's the thing, in a world with the Justice League, that's where a registration act makes sense, because you have like Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, you have all these god tier characters, and of course people will be a little concerned with them.
To an extent, especially more with DC characters.
Mm-hmm. It's especially with the existence of these god characters in DC. So I'm like, okay. But so yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it for this week. We're gonna talk about but you gotta admit, okay, yeah, I'm gonna mention this real quick, then we'll wrap up. One of the highlights of last night's stream is we talked about if Captain Marvel went on a date with Shazam, but didn't know he was a kid and got catfished by Shazam. It would turn into that scene from Ultimate Spider-Man where Felicia threw up on Peter. That's what I think it would go on to. That would be hilarious, and they call it Captain Marvel's date.
Okay, you got to get a clip of Family Guy where Brian finds out about Ida.
Send me that clip, and I'll use it.
Send you that clip? Mm-hmm. Okay, give me a second to find it.
Yeah, but yeah, anyway, so that's where we're going to leave it on this, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode and very spirited debate. It was nice to have a debate on these superheroes. But hope to see you guys soon for our movie night of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. That should be really fun. And boys, what's going on your channels? We'll start with Jay Heat.
Well, I'm definitely starting a Screecher review where I talk more about basically meeting with these guys, hopefully talking more about anime and manga. Also Kid Takeoff will be like a guest / co-host on that show as well. You know, to help him reintegrate with the channel and community. Also, a Screecher review is in the works, and of course the Soul Tour playthroughs.
Awesome, Nick. What you got going on your channel?
I got Avatar review on Monday, and then episode 2 of the podcast on Wednesday.
Awesome! I can't wait. And so yeah, and in terms of what I got this Monday's video is going to be how they have to, writing wise, revert Captain Marvel back to her Ms. Marvel days. I'm not saying to take away the Captain Marvel moniker. I'm just saying.
Characterization.
Yeah, because she was way better. She was more humble. She was less of an annoying person. And don't call her humanity's greatest superhero, because she's not. When you have Captain America, sorry, I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
A lot of that was for branding and trying to create a staple with the Marvel name as an overall IP. So a lot of that was purely for the sake of branding.
Yeah, but the point is that she's done nothing to earn that title except be annoying. But in terms of Indie Wednesday, I have a couple of books in mind that I'm going to talk about this Wednesday for Indies, and we'll see what we talk about. And then next Saturday, we're going to talk. At the time of this uploading, the upcoming movie night is going to be Throne of Atlantis. That should be really fun to do. Anyway, stay heroic, everyone, and we will see you. What?
I thought Son of Batman came out before Throne of Atlantis.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure because I'm looking on the wiki. It said it's Justice League War, Son of Batman, then Throne of Atlantis.
Okay, we'll do
because
Son of Batman then.
Because those 3 movies technically take place within the span of a week.
Okay. So yeah, so it's gonna be Son of Batman, which is gonna be the introduction of Damian Wayne. And so that's the end of that. Stay worked, everyone, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.